Actually, I'm gonna watch that last one. I don't care. I don't know. Like Escape might be a next like chapter in our little story, right? Past the confinement and like Tenma being prosecuted chapter. We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it, right? Monster episode 50, 53 now, I think. No, 54 actually. Holy crap! 54 starts in 3, 2, 1. Bam. Okay, we're going back here. As if it's his fault. As if everything that happens in the world is his fault. Tenma, you're too good to this world. You're too good for this world. Maybe you're not too good to the world, but you're too good for the world. That's the first genuine interaction she has with somebody. That's insane. Right, I guess we're gonna like go to OP when we arrive at the present time. Like Tenma being in the car. I mean, armored vehicles are a specialty, so. Bro's so sure of himself always. Can't wait to have that smile fade from his face once again. I don't know if it's going according to his plan right now, but I do hope it's not. Like, I think I dislike Roberto more than I dislike Johan, not gonna lie. Johan is at least an interesting person. Roberto is not even that. Oh, let's go. Let's hecking go. Ooh, okay. It's gonna be nasty, I think. Holy shit.
このタイミングじゃ避けて通っちまうんだよな。車が来るだろ。倒れるだろ。来る、倒れる。来る、倒れる。このタイミングでいいんだよな。
But what are you doing?
倒れる。ねえ。倒れる。ねえったら。なんだよ。俺は今忙しいんだよ。本当に今日結婚してくれる？
I'm sorry, what?
何度言ったらわかるんだよ。本当だってばよ。本当の本当に神様に誓う？ああ、今日という今日は何にだって誓うぜ、ヘレーネ。じゃあキスしてグスタフ。
Alright, a swindler, I guess. Maybe they're both.
もっと続きしようよ、車の中で。
Who could have died?
おい、待て、バカ。今そんな場合。ああ、お前また俺の役やっちまったのかよ。これでラストだったんだぞ。やってないもん。どうも鼻ぐずぐず言わせてると思ったらこのアマ。俺が必死になって仕事の練習してる時にてめえは車の中でラリラリかよ。仕事だって簡単じゃん。道路に寝転がってるだけだし。簡単だと？おい、よくもまあそんなことが言えるな。ちょっと間違ったら俺はあの世行きなんだぞ。死んじゃう。
So he doesn't know what it is.
見てりゃわかるだろう。あっという間にイチコロだ。死んじゃえ。いや、例えばの話だよ。
Alright, boo.
俺は死なねえ。俺にはまだやらなきゃいけねえことがある。何？お前に山ほど子供を産ませることだ。俺たちのガキだけでサッカーチームを作るんだ。
While doing drugs, probably.
今からやる仕事でまとまった金が入る。そうしたら俺たちは結婚する。俺の夢叶えてくれるよな、ヘレーネ。何でも子供作れね。今はそんなことしてる場合じゃねえって言ってんだろ。やだ、子供作る。今は我慢しろ。もうすぐ刑事フォルスターの再放送が始まる時間だ。車が来る。飛び出す。倒れる。車が来る。飛び出す。倒れる。車が来る。
Is she gonna distract him and he's gonna die?
倒れる。車が来る。殺そうと思いましてね。あなたの元婚約。
That is freaky. The amount of reflection we had here is really freaky. Also, cool transition. So, how are we gonna do this thing?
外はいい天気だぜ。こんないい天気なのにこんな車に乗せられて。しかもとんでもない殺人鬼と一緒とはよ。俺はついてねえや。死後は慎みなさい、イルヒ。だがあんたはついてるぜ。この神気臭い護送車の中、憂鬱な格子送りの途中で、この脱獄王ギュンター・ミルヒ様の12回にわたる脱獄秘話をたっぷり聞けるんだからよ。さて、何から話そうか。クライナー刑務所の脱獄の話なんて最高に面白い。死後を慎め。いいじゃねえか、退屈なんだからよ。今何時だい？今何時だって聞いてんだよ。9時32分だ。シャバにいればもうすぐテレビで刑事フォルスターの再放送が始まる時間だ。見てたかい？
Is that what he's gonna jump out of the way for?
面白いんだぜ。
The two of them. That's his job.
片付けてくるぜ。俺の仕事ぶりをここで見てな。まさか撃つの？撃たねえよ。脅しに使うだけだ。子供生まれても殺し屋の子供じゃかわいそうだよ。撃たないでよ。私も役やめるからさ。愛してるぜ、ヘレーネ。本当に心に決めた。結婚しよう。本当？これからはまともになるんだ。もう銃なんか振り回す仕事はしねえ。本当？ああ、こんなもん振り回すのはろくなもんじゃねえ。グーしてる。なんて気持ちいいんだ。ちくしょう。
Something tells me he might die.
ヘレーネ。何？心から愛して。
Bro, you're an idiot. The hell are you doing?
なんだ？どうした？人を跳ねました。なんだと？跳ねただと？見る日それ。跳ねただと？座れと言ってるのがわからんのか、ミルヒ。多分俺の弟分だ。あ？計画は失敗だ、ドクター・テンマー。散々グスタフにタイミングと演技を教え込んだのに、やっぱり俺みたいにうまくやれるやつなんていないんだ。病人のように道に倒れて走ってくる車を止めるなんて。 やつは下手くそなんだから避けて通ってくれよ。それよ。跳ねちまってどうすんだよ。何を言っているのかよくわからんが、とにかくお前の知ってる男かどうか確かめてみろ。
Can he save his life? But he got hit pretty hard, right? Damn it.
グスタフ。エレーネ。まずいな。息はあるんでしょうか。こりゃまずい。医者ならすぐそこに。おい、ちょっと降りろ。おい。どうなんだ。生きているのか。俺としたことが、俺としたこと
Are they playing? Both of them? This is not like Tenma. Ooh, or is he just trying to get out of this? Because he knows he's already dead.
ごまかしようがあるか、こんなもの。いや、しかし。鍵を。手錠の鍵を。
I mean... It's pretty easy. They can pretend he killed them when he was escaping.
鍵を。手錠の鍵を。
Still, rip, dude. I mean, it was his fault. I'm sorry, but
お待ち合わせですか。
ええ、
何かお飲み物は。
スコッチ。いや、コーヒーを。
次のニュースです。今日午前、ドルトムントの大型ショッピングセンターで火災がありました。従業員の通報により火は消し止められましたが、2店舗が全焼。この火災による負傷者は報告されています。
話そうと思って。
何をですか。
天魔の無実を証明する証言。
わかりました。早速そちらに伺います。ホテルのロビーでお待ちください。
what are you cooking, Ava?
あの男を無実にしてどうするつもり？
ただいま入ったニュースをお伝えします。今朝午前10時、デュッセルドルフ郊外エルクラースにおいて、ヒルデン拘置所へ身柄を送検される途中の容疑者2名が護送車から脱走しました。詳しい状況などは発表されていませんが、脱走した容疑者2名は現金輸送車強奪容疑のユンター・ミルヒ容疑者、そして連続殺人容疑の建造天馬容疑者。警察は緊急配備を敷き、脱走した容疑者2名の行方を追跡する模様です。
なんで脱走なんか。
はい、もしもし。あ、バーデマンさん。ええ、ニュース聞きましたよ。
Almost seems like he really wanted that to happen.
せっかく私が無実を証明してあげようとしているときに、なぜ
To save your life.
どういうことだと言われましてもね、私にも全く理解のできない行動ですよ。ええ、 とりあえず警察署の方へ行ってみましょう。ただ実はその前に私にはやっておかなければならない用がありまして。なるほど。ええ、はい、そうですね。事態が事態ですから我々も冷静に対処しなくては。ええ、はい、その通りだと思いますよ。
この声。
とにかく
Yes.
ええ、
この声。
ええ、おっしゃる通りです。わかりました。はい、
この声。
ええ、できる限り。はい。
ロベルト。
コーヒーを。
I'm sorry, Mr. Waiter. But why would you run there? I don't know if you're safe here. Yeah, I thought so.
あの男の匂い。この部屋に、たった今までこの部屋にロベルトがいた。
まだ死んじゃいねえ。だがこいつは無理だ。頭打って血も出ねえ。脳内出血ってやつだ。そうだろう、ドクター。お前の気持ちはわかるが、予定通りこの先の林道で車を乗り換える。グスタフは足手まといだ。この車に置いていく。やだ。このまま行け。車を乗り換えている時間なんかない。バカ言え。この車は警察に見られてるんだ。あっという間に足がつくぜ。少しでも早く病院へ収容すれば助かる可能性がある。病院だ。ドクター、あんたの起点で危うく俺の脱走計画が失敗に終わるところを帳消しにしてもらった。
Nah, man.
こっからプロの俺の言うことを聞いてもらう。かわいそうだがグスタフはこの先の林道に置いてこのまま病院へ行け。アイスラー記念病院だ。デュッセルドルフで最も優れた設備とスタッフが
Tenma be Tenma.
私がいた病院だ。早く。
Tenma be Tenma. Gotta save a life.
この先が病院の正面入り口だ。泣くな。入り口に着いたらこの手紙をドクター・ワグネルに渡すように言うんだ。事故の状況を事細かに書いてある。
グスタフ、死なない。
彼はまだ生きている。生きているうちは諦めるな。早く行け。
Tenma, I love you, my boy.
さてと、いつまでもこんなところでフラフラしてたら捕まえてくれって言ってるようなもんだ。世話になった。どうするんだよ。どこ行くんだ。俺と一緒にいた方がいいぜ。あんた仕事だ。知り合いの女性が命を狙われている。すぐに行かなきゃならない。女？まさかあんた そのために脱走したのか。女なんて俺とチュニジアまで逃げ延びる。
Bro's like, you don't understand.
ありがとう。それじゃ。
ドクター、あんた本当は人なんて殺しちゃいないんだろ。
No. But he's not gonna say it.
だが
Okay.
そいつは生きていた。
そりゃ殺しじゃねえ。その件に関しちゃあんた無罪放免だ。だがあんたには本当の前科がついちまった。あんた立派な脱走犯だ。
He was for a long time.
脱走犯同士、いつかチュニジアで会おう。いいとこだぜ。
In before he steps one step back and gets hit by a car. Okay. Is that Tenma? Are we like a little bit time shifted? Or is it somebody else, right? Like the lawyer or Reichwein or whatever. Why are you opening? Dun dun dun. Oh, just show it to me, please. No, you're not. Okay, you know what? No. No. Last one for real now, okay? 55, room number 402. Let's do that, okay? I mean, if it doesn't end after that, I'm just gonna end it, okay?
エヴァー・ハイネマン。ああ、来たよ。あれだけ落ちぶれても性格だけは当時のまんまだったよ。
He's looked for in every, like... This dude doesn't recognize him?
言ってませんでしたか。
ああ、今手持ちの金がないからホテルまで取りに来いとさ。いつまで令状のつもりだろうね。
どこのホテルですか。
ホテルシュタイゲントって言ってたな。本当に酒代払ってくれるのかね。あんな三流ホテルにお泊まりで。あれ、あんた
Yes.
確かあの女と婚約してた。あ、確か。あ、もしもし、警察かい。今あの殺人事件の。
おい、俺のコート知らないか。
は？
入り口のコート掛けにかけといたんだ。
Bro picks up the coat to get more stylish, of course. Holy shit, this has been a marathon, hasn't it? Alright, traffic light, chapter 55. We are far into this. Straßenbahn. Now he's stalking through the streets like in the intro.
もしもし。あ、そちらにエヴァ・ハイネマンという女性が宿泊しているはずなんですが。
はい、お部屋におつなぎします。少々お待ちください。
はい。
Hmm. He's not gonna pick up, he's gonna go there. And he's the one at the door. Love the shot.
あなたの元婚約者エヴァー・ハイネマンを早く。
お待たせしました。お呼びしましたがお出にならないようです。
ルームナンバーを。いや、ファクシミリを送りたいのでルームナンバーを教えていただけませんか。頼む、教えてくれ。
ルームナンバーは402号室でございます。こちらのファックスナンバーは
Should have picked something with Hood. I mean, I guess you would be more suspicious that way.
ダメだ。バウル氏は事務所にもいなければ携帯電話もつながらない。
いくら待っても多分来やしないよ、あんたのパートナーは。彼の言い分はきっとこうだ。無実を勝ち取るために天馬の弁護人になったが、全面自供はするわ。挙句の果てには脱走までするとは。とてもじゃないが弁護などできない。もう天馬の弁護士は降りるとね。
I mean, that's reasonable, right? No matter if it's an excuse or an
あんた
actual
も降りるか
reason.
ね、バーデマンさん。
そんなつもりはありません。しかし天馬が脱走したのは事実だ。脱走する前に弁護士である私を信じてほしかった。
じゃああんたは天馬のことを信じているのかね。ミュンヘンで起きたことを信じているかね。天馬が私に語ったことすべてを信じているのかね。あんた、
The shots are great.
実は本当は何も信じちゃいないんじゃないのかね。天馬が脱走したというニュースを聞いたとき、
I think he wants to believe
私は
that's
あ
the
の
thing.
時と同じ印象を受けたよ。ミュンヘンで私たちの前から姿を消し、ヨハンを射殺しようとしたあの時と、また何か起きようとしている。だから天馬が脱走したんだ。
He's got a good
彼を
instinct.
信じてくれ。あんたが父親の無実を信じて弁護士になったように。
It's just still an insecurity for
電
him.
話が鳴りっぱなしですよ。マスコミは名弁護士バーデマンは今後天馬の弁護活動を続けるのかって大騒ぎで。一切ノーコメントで通してくれ。しかしこのままじゃマスコミは収まらないですよ。事実関係を一から調査し直した後、追って記者会見を開くとでも言っておいてくれ。それまで事務所には誰も入れないように。あ、でも今一人お客様が。なんだって？中に通したのか？今日は誰にも会わんぞ。ああ、はい。そう言ってお断りしたんですけど、でも強引にここで待つと。一体誰だ？あ、はい。ドイツ連邦捜査局の
Oh, Lunge.
ベーカー。
Wonder how Lunge is gonna play into this.
地の彼方にいい曲ですな。確かあなたの父上が経営されていたラジオ局のテーマ曲だ。
Bro is just like he knows everything. Sometimes.
文下と申します。
406 405
Don't kill me with your suspense, just go.
404
What's around the corner? Does he have to flee because Roberto is there? Will he stop Roberto from... No, Roberto is not here.
402号室あの部屋だ。
Bro, is it stuck up there? Holy shit.
グーテンターク。
グーテンターク。
あ
この部屋のお客さんは
あ
この部屋の宿泊客を訪ねてきたんですけど。
あれ、ここはもうチェックアウトしたんじゃないの？
Ooh, okay, checked out. So who... I mean, that's rough, Tenma, but... Maybe Roberto has her. That is critical. That is critical.
本家警部。
I thought it was a fake out.
これまでの供述調書などいろいろ調べる中で、あなたの報告書はじっくり見させてもらいましたよ。実に緻密な報告書をね。
私も放送界の長寿と呼ばれたあなたの噂は聞いてますよ、バーデマンさん。
天馬の脱走の方を受けてここにいらしたのでしょうが、あいにくと私の方にはあなたに提供できるような情報は全くありませんよ。
脱走か。 いえ、実は私もこのところ長い休暇を取ってましてね。いわば脱走のようなものだったのかもしれませんね。今回の私の長い旅行も。
失礼ですが、世間話をしている時間はないので。
しかし、長い間の仕事の癖なのか、行くあてなしの気ままな旅というのがどうにもできないたちでして、旅のテーマなどというものを作ってしまうんですな。今回の旅のテーマは、この一冊の絵本でした。
ああ、申し訳ない。時間がないんです。お引き取りください。
いや、もう少しお話を。
天馬に関してお話しすることはないと。
私、天馬の件でこちらに伺ったのではありません。何しろ、天馬の脱走のニュースを聞いたのは、こちらに伺う道すがらですからね。
じゃああなたは一体何を。
Now we're getting to the point.
この絵本の作家のことが無償に知りたくなったんです。ただこの作家、いくつもペンネームがありまして、その中でもクラウス・ポッペという名だけがドイツ名なので気になって調べてみるうちに、ポッペと付き合いのあるある人物が浮かんできたのです。
ある人物。
His father?
あなたの父上です。あなたの父上のラジオ局で放送されていた世界の童話という番組がありましたね。
Okay. Interesting angle.
66年8月にポッペの作品、僕はどこにが放送されているんです。
Where am I?
あなたの父上の後半記録も見させていただきました。西ドイツ中を震撼させた戦後最大のスパイ疑惑事件。
だから何なんですか。
ええ、あなたの父上は何度もチェコスロバキアに入国しています。単なる絵本作家との打ち合わせですから、検察も何の指摘もしていない。
何が言いたいんですか。
いえ、ですからあなたの父上はこの絵本作家と旧知の間柄ではなかったのかと。
仕事柄父の交友関係は広かった。番組の打ち合わせ程度であった人間など数えきれない。
彼とはそれほど親密ではなかったとおっしゃる。ところが知ら
Does he know something?
普段クラウス・ポッペの打ち合わせは担当編集者宅か、ポッペが別荘にしていたチェコ郊外の古い農家で行われていた。だがこの時の打ち合わせはある屋敷で行われています。
ある屋敷。
赤いバラの屋敷。
As Rose mentioned, we come back to that.
クラウス・ポッペ名義ではこの屋敷は一度も使われていないんですよ。この屋敷を使っていた時、彼はこう名乗っていたんです。フランツ・ボナパルタ。彼はとても重要なポストの人間だったんです。チェコスロバキア秘密警察のね。
What is he trying to achieve?
何が言いたいんだ。
Because he's obviously indirectly accusing the dead of having these connections.
裏切り者の息子、卑怯者の息子。悔しかったら無実だって証明してみろ。親父も汚きゃ息子も汚ねえや。スパイダーゴッド、スパイダーゴッド、スパイダーゴッド、スパイダーゴッド、スパイダーゴッド、スパイダーゴッド、スパイダーゴッド。
私はただフランツ・ボナパルタという人物のことが知りたいだけなんです。
It is.
あなたの父上は絵本作家のクラウス
Ooh, I love this vision.
式であっていますね。66年のチェコスロバキアで。
絵本作家とラジオ局の経営者。ただそれだけの関係だ。
彼がクラウス・ポッペと名乗っていた時は赤いバラの屋敷は一度も使われていないんですよ。
何が言いたいんだ。
赤いバラの屋敷で父上との打ち合わせが行われたということは、彼はクラウス・ポッペとしてあったのではなく、フランツ・ボナパルタとして会っていたということなんです。チェコスロバキア秘密警察の重要なポストの人間としてね。
そんなのは言いがかりだ。
私はあなたの父上がスパイだったかどうかなどということに関心はありません。
父はスパイなんかじゃない。
あなたの父上はフランツ・ボナパルタが本当は何者なのか。
Yeah, it's about the identity of Franz.
あなたの父上は 赤いバラの屋敷で何が行われていたかご存知だったんじゃないですか。
違う違う、父は無実だ。違う違う。
何か話す気になられたらご連絡ください。何度も言うようにあなたの父上がスパイだったかどうかなど私は興味ありません。
This is something he can't drop
私が知りたいのは
once he knows
フ
something.
ランツ・ボナパルタという人物に関することだけなんです。
So he's gonna research it himself, no matter if he tells Lung or not.
父は、私の父は。
バーネマンさん、奥様からお電話が。どうかなさったんですか？
いや、
奥様がサインからお電話を。
ああ。もしもし。そうか、いよいよ退院か。よかった。うん、わかった。今から迎えに行くよ。
Bro is stressed. I'm a little bit worried about the two of them. The three of them now, I guess.
天馬、車を出せ。落ち着け。私の話を。早く車を出せ。早く。
They're going after Eva.
話せばわかる。とにかく落ち着こう。天馬、君の言い分は。エヴァはどこだ。エヴァ・ハイネマンはどこだ。何の話だ。エヴァ・ハイネマンが一体どうしたと。とぼけるな。お前たちがやろうとしていることは分かっているんだ。私たち。車を止めるな。前を向いてそのまま走らせろ。お前たちはエヴァの命を狙っているのは分かっているんだ。エヴァの命。私たちって一体。とぼけるな。お前のパートナーバウルと名乗るあの男とお前は組んでいる。バウルが。彼はミュンヘン大学の図書館で私が撃った男だ。もうこれ以上犠牲者は出させない。答えろ。エヴァをどこへやった。
It's nice that he's talking at least.
私がヨハンの命を救ったことから始まった。あれから何人もの命が奪われた。何人も何人も。もうたくさんだ。これ以上犠牲者が出るなんて。車を止めるな。本当か。車を出せと言ってるんだ。今言ったことは本当か。本当なのか信じていいのか。私の父はスパイの容疑をかけられてね。後に冤罪が立証されたが、本当はスパイだったんだよ。
He knows something?
私は父の無実を信じ、
Became a prosecutor.
弁護士の道を選んで
A
必死に
lawyer.
勉強した。だが学生時代に私は見つけてしまったんだ。私の父がスパイだったという決定的な証拠を。それ以来、それ以来私は誰も信じなくなったんだ。何が冤罪立証の名弁護士だ。何が放送界の長寿だ。笑わせるよ。この誰も信じ
So
ない男を
contradictory.
捕まえて。だって私は本当にスパイの息子だったんだから。
He's trying to disprove his own, like, right? Like he's trying to prove that more people are innocent than actually than he originally found out.
あのメモを見つけたとき、あれに記されていたこと、ページをめくるたび、父を信じてやってきた私のすべてが崩れていった。父は間違いなくスパイだった。そこには解読不可能な暗号が羅列され、チェコスロバキア秘密警察との度重なる連絡の記録、父が接触した謎の人物たち、
フランツ・ボナパルタをはじめ、
赤いバラの屋敷のこともそこに。
なぜ君が知っているんだ？
そうだったのか。おそらくそのメモが欲しくて、あのバウルと名乗る男はあなたに近づいたんだ。そのメモは今どこに？
私の自宅に。
Maybe this is where he is, right? With Ava. Or maybe even alone. I don't know if Ava fled.
間違いない。奴の目的はあなたのお父さんのメモ。
君に宛てた手紙だ。君がここへ来ることを奴は予測していたのか。
助けて健三、助けて健三。赤いバラの屋敷へ早く来て。
エヴァは無事ということか。
いや、彼女の字じゃない。もてあそんでいる。奴は私をもてあそんで。
Yeah, he is.
無事だ。古いレコードの山の中、虹の彼方に。これがそのメモだ。持って行ってくれ。
でも、それが他人の手に渡ったら、あなたのお父さんは。
私にはもう必要ない。
It's the past, right? A new chapter for him. That is powerful, to be honest, right?
信じてもいいか。
Yeah.
君が話してくれたこと、君が今からやろうとしていること、今の私は何もしてやれないが、君を信じてもいいか。ドクター・テンマ。
I think if Dr. Tenma ever gets arrested again, maybe.
こんなものを振り回す人間は、あまり信じない方がいい。
I mean, I think that's a yes. At least for him, it's a yes.
信じたいんだ。
That's the right thing too, right? You can't just stop believing because of one time, one important time where it failed you, right? Also, talk to your wife about this, honestly. There's nothing better than actually talking about this with your significant other. Oh, I need to stretch a little bit, honestly. Drink, people, hydrate. I'm actually not doing it enough these days, to be honest. Alright, I think that's an okay stop point. We're gonna go all the way back. We didn't do it for last episode, but, you know, I hope you'll forgive me. Tenma being a smooth criminal. Also, that poster behind there, very funny how we can connect that to like his, like, whatchamacallem, like, the lawyer's wife, getting a child. being in a hospital and whatnot. Him being like all stalky through the streets, trying to keep himself out of the public eye. I think it's very cool, like how we shoot this. Right, like the telephone booth expands around us. It's very much like it very much captures how it feels to be in one of those booths. I think that's really cool. Right, and it's also almost like as if a camera is looking at him. Guthaben means like your current like balance basically for the phone call, and it's ticking down obviously because he only has for a certain number of minutes, because that is how phone booths worked. Can't believe that the fax thing worked, but I guess, right? Back then people weren't as apprehensive as giving away personal information of people. These days individual people, and I think hotels as well, and like agencies are like institutions, they're a lot less likely to give away that personal information because there's a lot about, like, especially in Europe, there's a lot of rules about like personal information. But obviously on the flip side of that, people give away almost all of their personal information on the internet. So this is where this episode's sponsor, NordVPN, come. No, I'm just kidding. I wish. But yeah, I love these angles, right? Like we start with that, like him being all the way above and him looking from down below. He's the one who has like that authority in that situation, and just like also just looking down at somebody who's like drilling his eyes into your soul, basically. Love the focus, right? Like he's out of focus and he's in focus here. He's talking. And then we have like the reverse shot of that, him sitting here out of focus, him being in focus and being up there, us looking up at him, trying to convince him. Another cool angle. I just did the tilted angle to increase like the tenseness of the situation as well. Like something important's gonna happen, and was stressed and super stressed, right? Well, Tenma is also super stressed, looking for Ava at this moment, with like the gun down below there, right? Like, just I would put my gun down here, but I don't know, right? Like Lunga, as always, looking into like the information about somebody, knowing a lot more about somebody as most other people. I had that a couple of times. Maybe my light is actually failing. That is unfortunate, but it is what it is, boys. I have legs. You've seen them. Yeah. Being shocked about like the and like the bodili's like, yeah, that's Ava's room. And then we have like Lunga putting the pressure onto our boy here. I think it's very interesting how he leads into that, and he's trotting along with his own story, and it's almost like, what does that have to do with anything? How do you avoid somebody throwing you out? Which is very interesting, because he's not throwing him out. He just keeps listening to him, to this seemingly unrelated or weird story that like he doesn't have any time for right now, and he's saying multiple times, look, I don't have time for this, go. But Lunga keeps talking, he's being insistent, and just until he actually puts out some pieces of information that draw his attention, right? And then we get these close-ups, this what, and he like the close-up to the eye, putting on the pressure, the typical like Lunga, like the Lunga gaze, basically. And him also just very interesting, like he's being, like he's bent forward and looking up at him, right? Almost like he's like, just like putting on the needle, right? Like manipulating him in a way, but like, yeah, in a way, right? Like Lunga is also a manipulator, right? Maybe technically on the right side of justice, debatable, but you know, like on the side of the police and whatnot, but he's also manipulating, of course. And he's putting on that pressure, like just prodding at like his father's integrity, which he himself knows he was actually a spy. So at the same time, he's setting him into alarm mode, but then he's dissuading that by saying, don't worry, I'm not interested if your father is a spy, though I could probably find out if he was a spy. Though I could probably find out if he was or not. I'm more interested in this other piece of information. So if you have that piece of information, you should relay it to me, because I could be looking into things and finding out things you don't want me to find out, right? Like stuff like that. And you do have that past trauma of him like wanting to become the lawyer and like being motivated to prove his father's innocence, and then finding out that everything breaks apart, that his father is not innocent, and him feeling like his entire existence, his entire identity was built on a lie, like, or was built on believing in somebody who like ultimately more or less betrayed him, right? Like not actively but passively, right? Shoved the knife into his back because he found out like that everything he worked for was for nothing. But I guess like at this point in time, and I love the way we display this, like the focus, like the light and the focus on Lunge, and we have that slight bloom as if everything becomes unreal, right? Like that's something you sometimes have when you have like derealization experiences, like everything around you suddenly starts to feel artificial, unreal, like it's a dream. Or you yourself, right? Like you feel like everything you're experiencing, you see yourself as kind of like it's almost like you're not yourself, right? Stuff like that. And we have like the corners of the screen darkening around, like there's tunnel vision here, and everything else disappears, and it's just Lunge and the threatening stuff that he's putting out there. And it's just like this mantra that he keeps repeating to himself, that's almost like he wants to make himself believe that what he discovered is not true, which is, yeah, that's a lot to struggle with. But you do see that as soon as he hears the voice of his wife, there's light in there again, right? Like there's hope, there's relaxation. Tenma goes in and she's like, you drive me where I want you to drive, right? I love these close-up shots where like just from the window and like you see him putting the gun to his head and whatnot. And we drive and he's trying to talk to him. It's like, let's talk about this. Interesting angle again, right? Looking from down up, and Tenma being like dominant here in the position, and him like being like trying to move more and more into the camera as much as he can. Yeah. And we come to a halt and he's like, I don't care if you shoot me. And obviously Tenma doesn't shoot him because, yeah. And we have that confrontation. He's like telling him his story. Funny how Tenma always takes in these stories from other people, right? Criminals, lawyers, everybody. Just by being in proximity and involving them in this mess. And then we have him like being like, wait, you're telling me Bonaparte? What? Right? He's realizing that he's involved in this as well, or his father indirectly, and that this is something Roberto might want. And then he's like, wait. And he's in your face. And this is what we display here, because Tenma is like, we shoot Tenma's back, but Tenma is, in terms of like the weight of the picture, he is above us, right? Or not above us, but above him. And he's pressuring him, right? He's coming closer. There's this social pressure of like, wait, what? You know that? Right, like... And then we go to his house, find out that this was indeed what Roberto was after, and we do have that letter where Tenma's like, he's mocking me again, right? He's trying to lure me somewhere. And now is the question, is he go after it and it's like, okay, I'm gonna play along because I want Eva to be safe, or is it more of a, I know if I go there, it's not, right? Like, you want something from me, I'm not gonna give you that, right? But where is he going next then? What is his next stop? What does he want to do in order to achieve whatever, like, getting closer to eliminating or like eliminating Johan, or proving Johan exists or whatever? I mean, we have all of these notes. Maybe the notes lead him somewhere. That would probably be the next step. And for him, the next step is this, right? You have a family now. Somebody to take care of, somebody to put your hopes into and your dreams, somebody to guide along in life and maybe be a better father than your father was. I mean, I'm sure his father was an okay father, right? Like, as like a father figure normally, beyond the spy stuff. But yeah. Maybe just continue doing what you're doing, building your legacy, and maybe your son, when he grows up, he can look up to you, somebody to admire, somebody to strive, like somebody to show him what he should strive for. Can I believe in you? And what does he say exactly with the gun? You shouldn't trust people who wave things like this around too much. And that exactly, like, it's like the argument with the person who doesn't want to lead the country is sometimes best to lead the country. Right? And I feel like this is going in the same vein of this guy is telling him, you should maybe not trust me all that much. I'm waving these things around, right? I'm doing a lot of crazy shit. But that exactly is probably his signal that he can trust him. Or that he wants to trust him even more. I think that's okay. And I like how we're stepping out of that into the light, right? Out of the dark hallway into the light with the shadows behind us, right? The past of us behind us. And we're going to step into a new future together with his son and his wife. And yeah, like I said, talk to your wife about it. It will help you a lot. It will help you a ton to talk to somebody about it. Who you trust, somebody who maybe, yeah, will be able to listen to you and understand your pain, right? This person, she's committed herself to spending her life with you, and I do think that it can only help the two of you to kind of just talk about each other's problems, about each other's struggles, right? Because if you share that with her, she will be able to support you, and she will be able to understand you even better than she has before, which I think is a wonderful thing, right? If you understand one another, if you get to know one another in and out, that I think that's the ideal relationship you can, right? Like if you know everything about one another, flaws and all, and struggles and all, and problems and self-doubt and whatnot. Everything is part of who you are, and I think everything is part of, like, every one of these aspects is something you should show to the people who matter to you. But yeah, I'll leave it on that with this episode. This was an okay ending, I think, like, where we don't have crazy cliffhangers. I think we're gonna go into the next arc or mini arc kind of deal. And I can't wait to see Nina again, and I can't wait to see where the notebook leads Tenma. I do assume that it's the notebook that's gonna lead him, and that he's not gonna follow after Roberto directly. Although he would probably find something out when he went to the mansion, because like he doesn't know all of the stuff that Lunga knows. But I'm gonna be very curious what Ava and Lunga are gonna do and where fate will lead them. So that being said, I'll see you next time. And I hope you enjoyed these reactions. It's been a lot, right? So like maybe I'll set out a week at some point in time, just because I've been doing 2, 3, all of that. But we'll see. Depending on how much time I have, I'll just be watching more, right? So see you next time.